Alright.
DM just because I'm done.
Alright.
I would like to write
What
them
was
down.
DC
I mean, I can't. It was about 25.
Oh, I'd be.
Like,
Crushed it.
you beat it by quite a bit, but this would have been like. This is obscure-ish knowledge without like delving directly into the history behind like Shade Enclave and like the battle they had with the Chosen of Mystra. Like, it's a fairly esoteric form of knowledge, but yes. Setting the Astrolab to the proper settings, and nothing happens.
Okay, we are missing a very clear.
I think the astrolabe is not it.
Toy?
Okay.
Yeah.
We're playing with a toy?
Are we?
Stop. Why do you hold it?
Good.
You're gonna shake
You
it?
know what? That looks like. Never mind.
It looks like trying to shank somebody with a dick.
No, I was gonna say something else. But...
We can go play a game
Checking out the
of
giant?
Dragon Chess.
I think we should do that at this point, and
I'm not totally comfortable with this,
Yeah, the
but before we
magic's got me from them talking.
before we start playing with it,
Damn.
let me try to figure out if there's anything else about it that I can figure out.
Okay.
I could just knock
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
I think
Ooh.
we're missing the main puzzle, and that's our
You've been nice
consequence.
to me.
Anyone looked at the floor? Is the
You were
floor-
nice to me.
He's looking at everything.
I'm not talking about magic. I just mean look like is there grids on the carpet, grids on the tapestry,
6.
Why didn't you say
grids
that?
on the ceiling.
That's an amazing
I keep saying
idea.
how we looked at everything and we're just like
There's not really much to tell about the game, but it's blatantly unfinished.
I would like to make an Arcana check about it.
Okay, go right ahead.
This one. We'll give you another chance.
well that's what but the thing is okay. There's lots of different magic.
Okay, that's, 22.
I'm afraid
Okay.
I'm saying what happens when steps on the
You get a
board.
distinct sense
okay, but
that
before we start
the
with board,
forms on the board
we need to make
themselves
sure-
hold a base level of necromantic magic.
Mm-hmm.
The board itself holds a form of enchantment magic
Mm-hmm.
that would be used to control something, but there isn't a connection.
So we need to
The board itself is unfinished.
There's no connection between the pieces and the board.
Correct.
Okay. So it's not a Harry Potter moment.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause my neck, like without that knowledge, I was gonna ask which pieces were unfinished, and then we were gonna start playing the game.
I already had a D8 sitting here. I was gonna be like, look, guys, we're gonna roll to see who plays.
Is that how we're running out by decks or intelligence?
No, for us. That would be a 1 through 8 for us.
I know that's what I'm saying. We're not going to do it by decks or intelligence or anything thought out. We're just going to chance it by dice.
Or anyone who's ever been in a chess club. We should probably check for that.
So, anyways,
So show of hands.
I was never in a chess club. I wrote my nuts on a chessboard once.
I believe you.
Anything
You
you have
should.
ripped your guts on.
Not much.
Cody just got a new toy.
When I was in drama, every official picture that was ever taken of our drama club, we made it a point to make sure that we tried to get our nuts resting on somebody's head. So yeah, if you go back in the yearbooks, if you look at the right spot, if you know where to look, you can see somebody's nuts resting on somebody else's head.
Like just bare balls.
Bare balls.
drama's different.
It's an interesting thing to be able to tuck everything else up and leave the nuts just placed properly.
Well, what you do is you get hard and you flip it up above the belt, and then you just zip down and pull your balls out.
You could just
the
do
zipper.
Okeechobee High School for child
There are a
development.
number of ways to do it. And we never would have been able to get them in the yearbook if we didn't have people who were in drama who worked in yearbook. So we kind of had an inside run on that one. So yeah,
Has no one said anything about it?
it's never been published in anywhere that I've ever seen. Oh please, like they know.
Care anymore. How many years ago?
The public is an idiot. Too many.
Gets canceled.
Let's go with too many. This was back when we used to ride velociraptors uphill both ways to school.
Those were good times.
Balog knows. Balog and I were there.
We were there.
You try to tell kids these days, they just won't believe you.
You don't believe what happened when we were young. I like you guys have it easy with your vehicles.
I've exhausted almost all of my ideas for it.
Same.
Arkin had an idea. 2 ideas that I really liked.
What does the other tapestry show?
The other tapestry is a scene of the giantish gods, all a battle against some undefinable dark foe that seems to be coming up from the ground around them.
What do I see outside of the windows?
Looking out the windows, you can see out over the majority of the cloud complex. Not entirely, because these windows in particular face west for the most part. This one more of a southwest-ish, but you can see a large portion of the complex.
Courtyard, no pattern, stones, look discolored or worn.
Nothing that catches your eye.
I'd like to climb up into one of the chairs and say White Knight to G6.
There is no movement.
I'm gonna climb up onto the board and push the White Knight to G6. Because fucking it's gonna move to G6 one way or another.
The figures, every bit as tall as you are fairly light to move for the most part. They are actual skeletons in full garb on some of them have armor, some have weapons, pushing what would be the White Knight to the proper space. There is no reaction.
Do any of them look like they're missing weapons? Or the weapons are out of place?
The one that's laying down looks to be missing the upper portion of armor and a weapon. There's at least one that's standing up that looks to have no form of like head covering, and there's another one that's missing like a large portion of like almost all of the armor. There's like a base set of clothing on it, but it doesn't have anything else distinguishing about it. They look to be unfinished pieces.
Did we just put everything back to starting position, all the knocked over pieces?
Can we look around the
See
room, see if
triggers
we can...
anything. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to be willing to accept the fact that, again, we still saw necromancy magic on this and like
Before-
triggering something that locks us in.
Before we, I'm not even do this on purpose anymore.
Mark.
Before we do that, Lexi, is there any way that the positions of these chess pieces could correlate to the positions of planets?
I don't think I would know that in my head.
There's the pieces, like I said, for the most part, are all in starting position. For the most part, the 3 unfinished pieces are there, and there's still 2 pieces that would be missing from the board entirely, completely, that
3 and 2.
just have not even been, don't look like they've even been started.
So either we can replace them, or we can look and see if they're
You're at
around
99%.
the room. So we haven't looked at any of those bookcases. We don't know how many bookcases there are entirely.
Lord.
There's one very large bookcase,
Yeah, the one.
like at least a triple-sized one on the one side, and then there's the one that's on the other side of the tapestry.
I know for a fact replacing the missing ones won't do anything here.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
if they're
there's-
missing entirely, who would he put there to replace them so he could get to his own secret treasure?
Unless he keeps them on him.
What?
As another mechanism, then we can replace them ourselves to
with our own.
skeletons. Yeah.
Hopefully we don't turn into...
Hey, if only someone can collect skeletal
Skeletons.
pieces.
You can give it a shot, but if any of you turn into a skeleton, I'm
Don't
going
worry,
to
I'll
destroy you.
control you
I
for
mean,
24
he
hours. I'll
collects
do it.
the hell are you doing?
Goals.
Mind my own fucking business. You should try it.
Once you fuck all the way off.
You got there first.
Dothamar,
You're still collecting body parts, right?
Yeah, how many skeletons you got in there, bud?
And where?
Skeletons
No
in the
lions.
In
closet,
your
Doc.
office?
You know what we're talking about.
How many skeletons are in your fucking closet?
What's in the office?
I do not have any full skeletons at all.
You have skulls. We know you
They have
collect
pygmy
skulls.
skeletons.
I have skulls.
He loves pygmy
And they're
skeletons
mine.
more than the next man. Right.
We could put
Do me a
skulls.
solid, and can you plug this into the battery pack?
Skulls, or we can use our own bodies.
Here.
Contain skeletons.
This is a very,
I believe.
as always, with James, this is a very obvious fucking
I'm sure.
thing.
Anyone check the ceiling yet?
I'm sure it's good for him.
Okay. That works.
Say
I
that.
mentioned it, but then we just went back
It's
to the
been
tapestries.
basically kept up to 100, so it's got probably at least an hour.
I think that's a really good idea.
Any rugs or patterns on the floor?
No, the floor has no rugs whatsoever.
Rogues?
Yeah, no
Am I
rogues.
floating?
There are no rugs on the floor. The stonework appears to be in a circular pattern, as a standard like tower room would be, but there doesn't appear to be any variations that you can tell.
Ceiling?
You look up and you see a number of orange glass. No.
Motherfucker.
But I'm out.
No,
George and I are done.
I'm charging hyper beam at the fucking roof and
We'll all
fucking
die!
a
just gonna
squad.
eat myself out.
Stalagmite.
Oh, I have a.
You look up and it is fairly standard stonework. It appears to match the stonework on the ground.
Window placement.
I already asked about.
Oh, I didn't hear the window placement.
I literally even looked out the window. It's,
Right.
It's the two windows with the tapestry,
Okay,
larger
okay.
tapestry, and then over you have like bookcase, tapestry.
None of them work. The tapestries, the bookcases.
So far, the tapestries
See
sound
if I can
fairly
find it. Nope.
unrelated.
Well, I got 19.
The larger tapestry
What's
is a.
behind you? Bigger tapestry. Hold that one. Fuck it. Ask her. Have
See
her
if
fucking.
it reacts to my.
Without her.
The larger tapestry is the larger tapestry, if you missed it before, is a scene of the gods of the giants that appear to be battling some sort of darkness that's coming up from the ground below.
Does anyone have any knowledge of what this tapestry would be?
Their version of Ragnarok.
Well, I've been told that it appears to describe a battle between the original giant gods, and it's hard to place exactly who they're fighting. In giant legends, everybody is an enemy and everybody is below them, but this apparently appears to model one of their earliest battles.
We can try that. How many gods are there on the tapestry?
Well, I was going to try the date.
I'd have to double check. like 10 to 12
I just usually
ish.
assume if you don't know the answer, that means you didn't plan for it, which means we don't
Yeah,
need
so we
it.
don't need to.
Not on
figure
that one, but yes.
Would you happen to know the date?
The date that I believe that this one models after is the one that he has the book for up on the top shelf.
Big fucking heavy one. What do you want me to stick
What's the
area
date of the big fucking heavy book?
Let's pretend I tell you.
Can we put that in the astrolabe?
Yeah, fuck
Yes,
it,
you
why
can. Again, abacus, writing, pull out an Asian child.
That's a calculator.
Doing the math, you put it into the astrolabe, and you hear a faint click.
Oh,
Okay, let's do tapestries in order.
I knew it!
Tapestries in order, guys.
I like checkers.
Yeah,
So
that wasn't
what's-
even bad though.
what's the
I
next
mean,
task?
come on.
There's
Like-
12 gods in the giant pantheon.
Thank you.
Next one in order.
Next one, what?
What's
Next
next?
tapestry to
what's
the right.
next?
Nathali? What are you doing?
There's,
now?
there's only two tapestries. The one that's about the gods, and the one that's about the other battle with the one leading them into a charge.
Natalie, do you know the date to this one?
Did anybody try the panel? What are you doing?
You thought it would
What are
scare
you
me?
doing?
I was just hoping you'd roll out the fucking door again.
James just said something
It was
very
worth trying.
Sorry,
Can you
sorry.
open the panel?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I said it's worth trying. You can open the panel.
Does anybody have the ability to make sure it's safe?
Look and check before we open. Look and
Oh,
check before
yeah.
we open.
That's a good idea.
Let's just open that.
Let's just open it.
Yeah.
Roll
You
for
have
initiative.
100 hit points. We're good.
Okay, so you want to do the shield?
No, I'm not opening it.
Okay, so who's doing what?
Yeah, I'll do it. Look for traps.
Okay.
Any type of physical.
I'll hold you. She lifts you up. Go ahead and roll for an investigation.
While she's doing that, I would like to stand within 10 feet of her.
Okay.
You get the orb protection. If you fail.
Is that investigation?
Yes, please.
26.
Easy enough. As you go to try to slide your knife back into one of the same crevices that you had seen, in order to try to feel for one of the metal bars, your knife gets close enough, and you can see just as it starts to pass within a hair's breadth of the wall, the tip of your knife starts to blacken. As you rightfully pull your knife back away before pushing forward.
Sword dispels magic and get your crack when you get close enough.
I can only do it once still, right? We can take a nap.
Well,
That's not
we're
safe.
a little bit of a time.
Oh,
crunch.
yeah, let's not do that.
We only have an hour and a half.
Unless we're all
And by
gonna
this
sleep in the
point,
little coffers.
By this point, you're looking at probably about another hour-ish, give or
Okay.
take. So,
unless you want to hit. Oh no, that doesn't get yours.
Lexi, didn't you say something about you being able to,
Dispel magic.
okay.
I mean, I can try and do spells too, but we know how that goes.
remember?
She ends up with blackened
I'm
eyeballs.
so sick of that.
Over there on your
Hey,
left.
the lay on hands came back, so
Yeah.
I gotta step outside real quick.
Okay.
I gave you
we
a
can always
very-
bring you back.
Because we have.
I gave you a diamond burger, so you better bring me back to life.
Don't worry, if it comes to that.
I gave a perfectly good diamond.
All right.
You take me